So, right on cue, we are into the finals. This is the ESL Pro Series. I'm Madals, and Habitation Station is going to be starting things off. To the top left, we've got the yellow Zerg player representing Alien Invasion, none other than Golden. And his opponent, up to the top right, representing Mouse Sports, the red Terran player, none other than HeroMarine. Good times. So, this is going to be pretty darn awesome. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm about to pass out. It's probably because I haven't eaten for, let's try and work this out. I haven't eaten for probably about 8-ish hours. 7-8-ish hours. And I've been casting for the last 6 hours because I did the Star Strikers World Cup before coming onto ESL Pro Series. So I am quite tired at this stage. But this game is gonna be so good. I'm excited, and of course after this is done, all you viewers, WCS NA continues after this. So you've just got so much StarCraft, like you're so lucky. Anyway, enough about talking about random shit, more about cool stuff. We've got Refinery coming down from HeroMarine off the back of a barracks first, and do we know what that means? I hope you all said Reapers, because that is exactly what's going to be coming down here. Golden, he defended against Proxy Reapers in the last game. That is where things are going to be a lot of fun. Golden, of course, still sitting here, taking a hatch first, a very normal approach up against the Terran play. He's going to see this barracks coming down, and he's going to suspect that it's going to be Reapers, because it's pretty expected. It's like the standard opening. The big decision is what comes off the back of it. Again, as we all know, it's probably going to be 4 Hellions. Most likely, because that's what usually comes. But that's fine. Having the predictable opening means it's more down to micro skill. And I've got to give a ton of credit to HeroMarine. I've got a little bit of fanboy in me for HeroMarine because he is awesome. I first ever encountered him at the ESED UK Masters Season 2. He came over to England to the Insomnia Gaming Festival where the ESED UK Masters was hosted, and he did insanely well as this 14-year-old Terran player. It was really good. He took on Western Wolf Sting, who back then was insanely cool. But otherwise, he's just got incredibly cool style, and really balances up that kind of macro, micro balance, good aggression, good macro behind it. It really keeps things looking nice and sweet. Anyway, this Reaper is doing a little bit of poking and prodding. I haven't focused too much on him because he's just been hitting a hatchery, and this poor little Reaper remembers back those beautiful times where he could throw little satchel charges at buildings and they'd actually get destroyed rather than his little pistols that tickle them. Lings are out though. They're not too much help off a creep. These 2 Reapers more going to be concerned about the Queen. They're busy squishing it up though. Of course, behind this, the factory is being produced by HeroMarine. He's adding in the reactor as well. Going to be going up into those Hellions almost certainly. Next big decision is whether or not we are going to encounter a starport. And more namely, a starport with a tech lab on it to make some Banshees. Some Terran players have gone back to doing that. Again, it was very, very, very popular. Less so... not so recently, coming back into flavor a bit. It's still a big gas investment, and it seems, yes, that is exactly what HeroMarine has in store. It's been scouted by Golden, though. He's got an Overlord still here. The Overlord even backing away from this. Overall, not a single Marine has been made, so nothing to actually come and try and take that down. Note, the 2 Reapers are backing away, going to safety, going to be just chilling, keeping things looking nice and safe for the moment. But, third, getting taken now by Golden. He's just happy to drone up as it stands. He's fended off for the time being the Reapers, and knows he's got a couple of, about a minute or so until these Hellions start coming across. So he is more than capable of droning for a while, just get that economy going. And really, a successful Zerg is always going to have that little star sense ticking away in the back of their head, being like, do you know what? This is when I can sneak a few more drones. A bad Zerg, or a Zerg that is going to be less successful, is one that either doesn't make those drones, and therefore doesn't have the economy as the game goes on, or the one that makes too many, and then doesn't have actually any units to defend against these small little prods and pushes that happen throughout. Anyway, HeroMarine, just poking at the moment. 2 Hellions, 2 Reapers, and too much. More Hellions coming off the back of this, plus, of course, the Banshee in production with Cloak on its way. 2 Lings able to venture past. They're not going to be able to do too much though. Not a single worker killed there. Bit annoying. Meanwhile, more Lings coming forward, and these Lings do need to be somewhat careful of where they move, just because of the fact that there's so many Hellions, and of course the Reapers is around as well. But they're staying in the Watchtower, and note these Lings actually circumvented the vision of the Watchtower. They're sneaking about, coming up to this natural. Unfortunately, for Golden, it is walled off, so it's going to be quite difficult to come through there. Couple of shots coming through from these Queens. The third base is going to be the priority target. If it can get taken out, that is a big win. Nope, Lings coming around from behind, preparing for any angle they could try and come through. The Queen's very far forward, and with the Banshee there, and also with so many Hellions, the Queens alone are going to struggle to try and defend this. The Lings really have to try and get a good surround on all of these units if they're going to be able to shut down this push. And the longer the push goes on, the more annoying and frustrating, just generally irritating it becomes for Golden, because it's a threat. It means sneaking out these drones, specifically getting any drone saturation, and its third is next to impossible, because defending that is going to be challenging enough without any drones there as well that can be quickly roasted down. In comes now the Hellions. A lot of drone transfers. Luckily, those Hellions not able to get to the barbecue in time. A couple of Hellions will go down to the Queens, and this kind of chip away approach is exactly the sort of thing that Golden is looking to do. He wants to try and make sure that there isn't the opportunity to move in there and get the damage down. Still, there it comes. You got a nice little check as these Hellions come in there. The Queen's still doing as much as they possibly can just to chip this away. Couple of Lings coming up. Remember, the Baneling nest is done though. Baneling speed is also on its way. The Lings aren't going ultra aggressive though. There was the potential that they could move in there and try and get some damage down. Still, in come the Hellions, in come the Reapers. Again, just poking and prodding. But Golden successfully saturating up this third base now. He's up to 65 drones. And that's a nice, comfortable spot for him. Got the Spire on its way as well, ready to transition into that kind of Muta, Baneling, Zergling style that is oh so common. One lone Overlord has managed to pick off one lone Viking has killed 2 Overlords, which is always quite nice for him. Still, not too much else on its way. Just a quick 4th base from Golden. That is relatively early, especially when he hasn't seen a 3rd as of yet from HeroMarine. And HeroMarine doesn't actually possess a 3rd Orbit Commander or 3rd Command Center, nor is one in production. So this 4th base would give Golden a very, very big economic advantage. So waiting to see what else is going to be coming down. In come the Lings. They see a lot of Marines down. This could certainly trigger a heck of a lot of Baneling production. Baneling speed is about to kick in. That's going to help. Plus 1-1 melee upgrades done on both sides. Always important. 4th base hasn't been spotted yet by HeroMarine, and it's perfectly feasible that he's not going to come and check down there, because it is so early. Still waiting to see when and if HeroMarine decides to go for this. Golden waiting with a couple of Banelings up to the north, picking off reinforcements as well with Lings as they come through. The Queen's waiting to go in, slowly chipping away. The Mutas just now hitting the field. There's only 6 of them for the moment though, but it's enough to scare away this force. 1 tank up on the high ground should help prevent the Banelings from coming in, especially when it will weaken them up a lot. In come the Banelings now though. The first few shots coming off. Good control, good splitting. Being shown here by HeroMarine. The Mutalisks on their way. Lings coming from the side. Don't want to engage as of yet. This positioning from HeroMarine is doing such a good job. Lings though, picking off reinforcements. Surprisingly, the Mutalisks actually going straight for those Marines. That is causing a large amount of losses actually. 5 Mutas going down, which at kind of 13 minutes, that's a big loss overall for Golden. HeroMarine still pushing forward, still reinforcing, going with this sort of never-ending Terran push that just keeps on coming through, keeps on supplying power, and keeps on hurting. And the trouble is, if we look at the supplies, Golden is down, specifically a 1/3 of the army supply. This is a very good position for HeroMarine at the moment. These Banelings need to get amazing connections, but a couple of Marines here and there just isn't good enough. Add in the fact that all of the Mutalisks have been killed, and GG, HeroMarine takes game number 1 with just a beautifully timed 2-base push.